one of the exciting things about being county executive for these last 3 years is when we start this award, we're like, how can we thank people? You know, how can we, when we go out through this great community of ours and you see so many people that give their time day in and day out, they're not looking for a pat on the back, you're not looking to be recognized, but it is nice to let people know what a great job you do. But it's also our foundation for our community. You know, when people look around, they look at any neighborhood or any organization, it's nice to see that people are out there giving their time back. Because without what you're doing, we couldn't afford some organizations, things wouldn't grow, people wouldn't get help if we didn't have volunteers. But it sets the example for the community.
It is with great pleasure that I write this letter nominating an incredible volunteer for the Albany County Executives Volunteer Award. Johanna Baniak is the chair of the Veterans Committee of the Waterville Elks Lodge 1500. In addition to her roles with the Elks, Johanna has selflessly dedicated nearly 6,000 hours of her time serving the veterans of the Albany Stratton VA Medical Center. She's a long-term volunteer, and she's in it for the duration. We are in our 13th year with her and hope to have many more. You can find her behind the scenes on weekends and in the evenings, coordinating much-needed recreational activities for our veterans. One of the most popular things offered in our facility is to provide veterans with ice cream and popcorn every single weekend. Johanna has been the orchestrator of this weekly event, as well as a strong recruiter of volunteers to assist with this program.
I would like to be pleased in receiving this award. Being a volunteer at the Stratton VA Medical Center has been and always been a great reward for me. Being a volunteer for me has staying up with the patients or have talking to a patient or help when they need help or maybe just listening to them. Being a volunteer is not only the greater rewards, but being a volunteer is a service that you get to see the patient's smiles or something that they have someone to listening for them. I feel that when you are a volunteer, you should enjoy the rewards.
Connie was nominated by my dietitian, Elizabeth Irish, who couldn't be here, as the county executive said. But in addition to the great job that you've done for the last 7, now you're into your 8th year as the cook at Green Island, and I want to tell you, for anybody that wants to come over 4 days a week to Green Island, you won't be disappointed, trust me.
I'd like to thank everybody for nominating me for this award. I wasn't looking for any recognition. It does give me great joy, and every day the seniors bring me back the bottles, clean them and return them, and they'll ask me, well, what are we up to now? And I'll say, just keep on bringing those cans, those bottles, and I'm going to try and push for at least $1,200 this year.
Amy is an Albany County resident who is has a very diverse volunteer background. And the county executive touched on one area already, but I'll touch on a few others. She's played a pivotal role in working collaboratively with others to help individuals and families in our community.
Many years ago, I benefited from the work of volunteers, many of whom I never got to meet. And throughout my career and throughout my life, I've had strong role models and mentors who have helped to guide me and my career and my work. And so it's quite natural that as a member of the community, I begin to reach back and to volunteer and to give back. I'm very happy over the last 6-7 years to be mentoring, to be advocating on behalf of girls and young women that they have the same kind of financial stability, self-sufficiency, and economic opportunities that they deserve.
Al is inspired. He is inspired by his community, by his city, by his county, and even by his state. And I know that he volunteers at a multitude of organizations, including the City of Albany, the Times Union Center, the Plaza Events Department, and he serves on the Human Rights Commission with the City of Albany as well. A couple years ago, he came to us and said, hey, Bid, I think you might need a volunteer coordinator. To which we said, bring it. We'd love that. And he has taken it and run with it, to the point where he has not only educated and trained the volunteers that are interested in working with us, he's given them the opportunity to connect with the community in a way that they would have not had otherwise.
Volunteering brings, or should I say, offers a lot of things. For me, some of those things are, a great way to meet new people, a way to connect with the community, my way of, building my professional skills, as well as my social skills. And also, it gives me a sense of purpose. But I also like volunteering because it's fun. So with that, and by the way, thank you for those kind words, Marquita. With that, I'd like to thank the Albany County Executive Office and to those who selected me for this prestigious honor, or should I say award. I'm truly honored.
I have known Patrica for 15 years. When the nomination email came across my desk, that was the first person that came to mind. I have seen her commitment to community service just bloom and blossom over the years. Patrica is the vice president at Albany Pop Warner. She is the head coach of the junior midgets. She raised $20,000 in fundraising to get her and her girls to Disney. Not only getting second place in the nation, but also getting first in spirit.
I believe the act of giving is double-layered. A person chooses to volunteer because of their desire to support their community in which they live. And sometimes it's not a choice. When you look around your community and you realize the needs of the public, it's hard not to want to reach out and see what help you can provide to individuals, children, families, and community programs out there that wouldn't be able to function daily if not for volunteers.
Steve has been an Albany County Medical Reserve Corps volunteer since 2007. As volunteer coordinator, I have found him to be reliable, enthusiastic, and compassionate. He consistently participates in volunteer trainings and drills. In 2013, Steve became involved in the formation of a specialized response team of MRC volunteers that were focused on emergency shelter response in the county. He completed shelter training courses through the Albany County Sheriff's Office of Emergency Management and the American Red Cross, and he is ready to respond at any Albany County municipal shelter should the need arise. In addition, as I said, Steve is also a member of the Albany County Citizen Corps Council since 2009. Steve regularly participates in bi-monthly meetings, supports emergency preparedness initiatives, and serves as a liaison between the faith-based community and other stakeholders in our Citizen Corps Council.
I'm just grateful to have been honored, to be honored in this way. And in reflecting on this, I was reminded of Paul's letter to the Ephesians, where he says there that we are God's workmanship, created for good works. And I believe that's for all of us. We're all created by God for good works.
I'm here to tell you a little bit about this man, Dave Page. I supervise, or I am in charge of over 70 volunteers. But Dave is incredible. I can say that he's Dave number one. We have 5 Daves that work as volunteers, 3 of which work at the soup kitchen, and 3 of which are cooks. So you can say Dave at any point in time, and they'll all turn around. He's been cooking for the Sister Maureen Joyce Soup Kitchen for over 15 years. He does not have a tremendous amount of culinary background, but he can make hot dogs be gourmet.
My name is on this award, but I accept it on behalf of all of our regular volunteers at the soup kitchen. As Mary said, there's many of us. They are the finest people I have ever known. They're also some of the funniest and craziest people I have ever known.